we move on to discuss Liverpool retaining Mohamed Salah. How crucial it is for Liverpool to retain Mohamed Salah. Um, so yeah, it's interesting there. So Mohamed Salah, after that, high flying game, um, against Manchester United, where he was able to get a goal at Anfield, at Old Trafford, and continue his amazing run that he's had. He had some, he was on, I believe he was on Sky Sports or something of that sort. Yeah, Sky Sports, and he had some interesting comments. Mohamed Salah: I had a good summer and had a long time to myself to try to stay positive because, as you know, it's my last year at the club. I just want to enjoy it and I don't want to think about it. I feel like I'm free to play football and then we'll see what happens next year. Coming into the game, I said it could be my last time. No one at the club has spoken to me about contracts, so I'm just like, okay, I'm playing my last season and see what happens at the end of the season. So far, we don't know which club, but so far, yeah, my last game here was Liverpool. It's not up to me, but nobody talked to me about a contract with the club. We'll see. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Look, he starts off saying it is my last year at the club, but then he had that caveat saying we'll see, and nobody talked to me about a contract. It's not up to me. So it really, he said it's his last year at the club, and nobody ran away with it, saying, "Oh, this is Mohamed Salah's farewell season," blah blah blah. It has though sparked the conversation, and I think it's the comments he had at the end saying, "We'll see," saying "We'll see," talking about it's not up to me. No contract has been offered. Sort of throwing the ball into Liverpool's court. And yeah, look, for me, it's a little bit shocking. That it's hard to believe almost that they have. I'm not calling Mohamed Salah a liar, by the way, but it's really hard to believe that they have had no contact over a possible contract. That's wow. That's crazy for me. But if you want to look at it from Liverpool's perspective, last year, the end of the year, didn't have a greatest end to the year, and he is a player that's already that's not a young player anymore. He is 32 years old, and there might be a little bit of a reluctance, giving him a 3+ year deal, because at every moment now with his age 32, it's year to year in terms of maybe a sudden drop off coming. It really comes quickly sometimes with these sort of star players. You just don't know, and maybe Liverpool don't want to be put in a position that they're having to pay a player that's past it. We see Chelsea sort of dealing with that with Raheem Sterling, having to loan him out and still pay half his bill. We see what's going on with United and Casemiro. It's a risk there, but Mohamed Salah is the heart and soul of Liverpool. And we see from the start of the season that he's clearly not washed. He clearly has supreme ability, and he's still one of the best players in the world. And this is a guy that will go down as one of the best players in Liverpool history, if not the best player in Liverpool history. So it'd be a shame for the club to let a player like that, leave before he's completely done in terms of giving his best. Steven Gerrard, you say, he left Liverpool whenever he was done. For me, you gotta treat Mohamed Salah in that same way, because look, those are the kind of players that don't come around very often. With his ability to score, his ability to just be dynamic, his clutch factor too, always showing up at Old Trafford. That's a Liverpool legend right there, and that's a proper Liverpool player. His what he's been able to do at Old Trafford in that derby, and he's very, very important. And we talk about Liverpool's strong attack. We see Luis Diaz, Jota, Salah, and then they got guys like Gakpo and Nunez on the bench. But that attack doesn't look anywhere near as dominant and and make the opposition fear of there's no Salah in there. It's Salah being in there on top of the depth and quality around him that makes that attacking display very fearful if you're one of the the opposition. So it's beyond crucial for Liverpool to retain Mohamed Salah. And yes, Arne Slot is building something. They're playing some quality football, and you see, we already see a pattern of play in a way that they want to go about it, an approach that we're still yet to see from Erik ten Hag at Manchester United. We already see that from Arne Slot at this Liverpool team. They're going to be dynamic. They're going to be able to control the ball. They're going to be able to move. They can move the ball quickly at certain moments. They can take the air and control it in certain games. They're lightning electric in counterattacks. They really value the use of fullback, just like Jurgen Klopp did. We already see patterns of play in the way that they want to go about it. So there's a nucleus there. There's something special that they're building. But a player, Mohamed Salah, is the perfect player to be that transitional piece from that Jurgen Klopp era into the start of this Arne Slot era. His ability, his dominance, and he's a guy that, with the goals, there's Mohamed Salah. Replacing him, you don't replace him like that. This is a guy that's had ridiculous statistics since he's came into the club. Let's just pull it up real quick, actually. So last season he had 18 goals and 10 assists. Season before that, 19 goals and 12 assists. Season before that, 23 goals and 13 assists. Season before that, 22 goals and 5 assists. That is a consistent, productive of on average about 30 goals and assists per season in the Premier League alone. Not in any other competition. This is just Premier League alone, by the way. That's not an easy thing to just replace at a club. And then on top of that, you don't really have that replacement for him right now. Now, yes, Federico Chiesa is a player, that you're bringing in, that you're, a sort of experimental player to see if you can get him back to his best that we saw from him at the European Championship. But he's not a Mohamed Salah. And to expect Mohamed Salah-like production from him, he's a guy that you were able to sign for 13-14 million for a reason. So, he's a talisman, and you don't come across these sort of players like that. So for me, yeah, I have to say, it's absolutely crucial that Liverpool keep him.